Hi, this is Christine for Trinity Stamps. I'm going to show you how to make a Chibitronics shaker card today. And I'm using the lovely new stamps, which I'm going to show here so you can take a good look at them. I apologize for the glare, but here are Wizard Friends and Magical Wizards from Trinity Stamps. And I was just so excited to see these. I love Harry Potter. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, and this just has everything I could possibly want. So I am just ecstatic. These were designed by Davina Cantrell. Here's also a matching Magical Sentiments, and again, it has everything you can want. So I wanted to show, I'm making the outer panel for the shaker card now. In order to line everything up, I put all the dies next to each other and tape them together, and now I'm simply taking out the ones that I don't need. And that ensures that it's perfectly spaced, and that you don't have to eyeball it, because chances are I'd eyeball it wrong and make a mess. So this just helps someone like me. I've cut them out of foam, and I've cut actually numerous pieces. And here I am taking one of the panels and putting double-sided tape around it. I'm going to glue some acetate to it for the front panel. And you'll see me moving kind of fast through some parts of the video because I really want to show the Chibitronics and how I did that. So here I've adhered plenty of double-sided tape. You want to use strong double-sided tape, and I'm going to glue now the acetate so that the snow that I put in the card can be contained. And you can use any acetate. You can reuse plastic packaging. I happen to be using Hero Arts acetate that's already cut to a smaller size just to make my life easier, but honestly you can use, there's no special acetate. Just try to use any plastic covering that you have. And I'm going to trim it down to size, which I'm not going to show here. So I've trimmed it down to size, and here is, I'm going to pencil everything in so I can start to build up where I need to house the Chibitronics and where I need to put certain items. So I'm actually just outlining, this is the only part that's going to be in the shaker, behind the shaker, that will be visible. So I penciled it in lightly, and I know that I'm going to put my battery there in the back, in the corner, so that when you press it, the star will light up on the Christmas tree. So here I'm still thinking about where I'm going to place everything. Here's the Chibitronics. If you've never used Chibitronics, the starter kit comes with a lovely book that enables you to complete all these circuits. So here you can see an LED light coming on when you connect the circuit. And again, I'm sort of checking where I'm going to put everything. So I'm going to use this side of the panel. There's the tree that I'm going to use, and I want the star that's going to light up just above. So I'm penciling that part in because I'm actually going to make a hole. And you'll see right now I'm going to use my piercing tool to make a hole in that exact area through two panels. One panel is going to have my embellishments, and the other panel won't be visible at all. It's just going to house the Chibitronics circuit that I'm going to make. So again, I'm drawing everything out just so in my mind I know where everything's going to go. Again, I'm going to put the battery in the corner, and now I'm going to draw everything out, all the circuits, the positive and negative connections to where I'm going to house the LED light. So I'm going to have a negative and positive connection running there, and you'll see more as time goes on. So I'm drawing it a little bit more complete. It's just good to do this, to plan this all out instead of just putting copper tape. So unfortunately, I thought I was recording and I was not. So here I've placed the negative, and I've sort of made a housing compartment, a very loose housing compartment for the battery. So I placed the negative circuit right here, and I'm now going to do the positive circuit. So the negative circuit has to connect to the underside of the battery, which is the negative part, and the positive part is the top of the battery. And so that positive circuit is going to connect to the positive top of the battery. And copper is very conducive. It'll conduct electrons, and I'm not going to give much of a science lesson here because that's not what you came here for. So anyway, it's so here I'm just completing the positive part, and when you make a turn, you want to fold the tape back on itself because you don't want to cut the copper tape if you don't have to. The connection doesn't work as well. You would usually have to add a lot more tape if you want the connection to work if you've cut it. So try not to cut it. And here's the LED. And you have to connect the positive part of the LED with the positive part of the copper circuit, and then the negative part of the LED with the negative part of the circuit. And so there you can see it's working. So now I'm going to start building up the card. I'm going to do a little bit of ink blending. I don't want my panel to just be white, so I'm going to use some Distress Oxide, which really blends really nicely. It's very easy to use. And I'm going to put a little bit of blue on my background. And it doesn't matter if you go outside the lines as I'm doing here because it's going to be covered up by foam anyway. So here I'm going to add even more. I'm not getting enough color, so I'm adding a ton of color to my foam brush to finally get the color that I'm looking for. So here, the stocking in the set is a little bit longer than I'd like for the tree. So I'm going to make just smaller versions of this stocking. And the way to do that easily is to mask off each time part of the stamp when you stamp it. So right now I'm just going to do the bottom part of the stamp because I want the bottom part and I want the top part, but I just don't want that middle part, or I want it to be shorter. So then I can take my mask off, and now I'm going to mask the bottom just so I can see a little bit of the stamp and line it up. And now I'm going to stamp the top and try to keep it. I have to put my head in the way here, I'm sorry, but I have to line it up. And then you'll see, again, I have to put my head in the way. You'll see that I have a much shorter stocking that I then fussy cut. Actually, I inked it a little bit more up. So you see I have almost half the size, the stocking, because I thought that would fit on the tree much better. So that's one, if you want to alter your stamps, that's one technique. Okay, so here I didn't show, I added 3 layers of foam to this background, and now I'm going to adhere that back panel and the cover plate with the acetate on top. So, and I'm just checking still that it works, and it does. Here I've decided to go back and I want to have a very slight golden haze around where the star is going to be. And I have to say I love the way this ink worked. I showed it on a previous video, and it just provides slight golden haze where the star is going to be. And I'm showing where I would put the star, and actually I decided against using, I wanted it to be very glittery, but I felt the light in the Chibitronics didn't show up enough, so I ended up using gold vellum instead. Here is, I didn't want to show all the coloring. Here are the markers I used to color Fox. And here's Dobby. And here are the markers that I used to color Dobby. I'm not great at coloring. I'm still learning and I have limited Copics, so I just show it for reference, but you should just use whatever you have and just somehow make it work. So I wanted some more gold on the tree. I've added the stockings. I have foiled the tree itself, which is from Seasonal Silhouettes, new stamp set that's available at Trinity as well, and it's beautiful. I'm punching out some gold balls. I'm one of those people that can't get enough gold, so I have some gold glitter self-adhesive cardstock, so I'm just going to put some more gold balls on the tree. So here is so far the completed card. I'm adding some glitter paste on the bottom. I'm going to add snow as well, but I just wanted the tree stump to be covered with snow just in case the snow kind of adheres in different areas. I like to just have some snow on the bottom as well. And you can just use a brush. This is just some very simple glitter paste. It looks really pretty. I've used it on a number of other projects that I've done. So I'm just going to paint some on the bottom of the card. Make sure to let the paste dry for a few hours, or at least an hour, before you add the snow on. So here the glitter paste is completely dry. I've made a banner which I've foiled with copper, and I'm adding some snow now, the fun part, and I have a couple snowballs in there as well, but I'm removing those. I just wanted the fluffy stuff. And I've added too much, but I'm going to test it. Luckily I have 2 foam panels, and you'll see in a moment that I'll put them together and sort of shake it around and see that it's actually too much snow, so I'm going to take some out then. And I'm going to put the banner up there. And as you can see, it's not moving around, so I decided I'm taking some out. Sometimes too much is just too much. And so that moves much better now. So I'm going to keep it like this. And I'm actually going to put the panels together off camera because I want to make absolutely certain everything lined up. So here's the completed card. I added a few more extras. If you press the pygmy puff, the light comes on. So thanks for stopping by today, and hope you enjoyed the video.